This is Ms. Monster, and you're listening to Nerd Remix. Sweet screams.
Nerd Remix Radio. Nerd Remix. Nerd Remix Radio. Nerd Remix Radio.
Are you here for the feeding?
Nerd Remix. Nerd Remix Radio. Nerd Remix. Nerd Remix. Nerd Remix Radio. Nerd Remix. Nerd Remix Radio. Nerd Remix. Nerd Remix Radio. Nerd Remix.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
Alright, this is Nerd Remix Radio.
Yes, this is Nerd Remix Radio, and here are your hosts, Tom Jeezy.
And Derek Izzle.
Yep. You can't forget the extra Izzleness, because the Izzleness completes my name.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what do you got on your plate today?
Well, I wanted to talk about this wonderful, awesome, badass, I can't overhype it enough movie called The Gruesome Death of Tommy Pistol.
Nice.
I just saw it. It's by writer-director. I'm going to say his name wrong. I know I am. So I'm just going to call it Tommy Pistol because that's what he's known as. Or should I try and say his name?
That sounds like a porn name.
It is. He's a porn actor, so it's a porn name. But anyway, this movie is not porn. But anyway, it has some nice gore. The acting is actually pretty damn good. Camera, audio, all the quality's pretty good. And will I see it again? I say fuck yeah. I'm going to make a review on it on the site coming soon. But I just can't stress how funny this movie was. It's a really good, type of anthology movie about people trying to break into the film industry. And it's just really funny to see. Just, it's gets pretty gross at times, though. Really gross.
Sounds pretty fucked up. The guy's a porno actor that did this?
Yeah, he is.
Nice.
And he made, you can especially tell in his last segment, he made a little thing about porn, sorta, where, she gets bit by something, so she gets all these warts everywhere, and all these, pimples and pulsating nasty shit all over her leg, and then you see her, with a dildo and shit, in between her legs, and it's just fucking gross.
My wife just walked into the room as you were describing that, and she's cracking up right now.
Yeah, well, y'all should see the movie. It's called The Gruesome Death of Tommy Pistol. I'm literally giving it a 9 out of 10, so the review should be up pretty soon.
She thought you were just talking about somebody random that you were sleeping with.
Oh, no, this isn't somebody I'm sleeping with. Those are even nastier tales.
Nice. You were talking about earlier about some porn movie in the vein of Reanimator. What did you hear about that?
It's by the person who made The Gruesome Death of Tommy Pistol. That was Repenetrator. And it's a Reanimator porn spoof, kind of. But, the only thing which has a story is, the first, 20 or 40 seconds, where it's I will make you live again, and then it's just them hardcore sex the rest of the movie. Needless to say.
I bet you they could really do something with the scene from Reanimator where the intestines were grabbing people. I can just see a giant penis doing that.
I want to see the Left 4 Dead porn.
There's a Left 4 Dead porn.
Yeah, I'm a huge Left 4 Dead fan. I love the games. I have, both games. And I have the first one for the PC, and I play a shitload of custom maps, and I play, the same maps over and over and over again. It's nice.
I want to talk about something real quick, and I'll segue into what I'm reviewing this week. A couple weeks ago, I reviewed a short film, Crestfallen. I don't know if you saw my review of it, but I gave it a really high review. It was really well done. Not exactly a horror movie, but it was kind of a horror movie if you look at it, right? And it starred Deneen Melody. And I've reviewed some of Deneen's stuff. She was in Song of the Shattered. She was in this Fatal Abortion short. She's in Crestfallen. And I'm reviewing, finally, Anthony Sumner finally sent me. I know I just talked shit about it last Friday on Nerd Remix Radio. He finally sent me the screener for 3 Slices of Life. I got it on Monday, so I felt like a total dickhead for bagging on him for 2 weeks in a row for not getting it to me. He sent me a really nice pack with fucking lobby cards, a press kit, cast bios, and the DVD is all in a nice folder. So I am reviewing that this weekend, Deneen's in that. But what I wanted to touch on Deneen is she's getting a lot of work. She's a phenomenal actress, and she's backed out of a few projects. You know, which she's very busy. I know anybody listened to, I had a lot of people listen to the interview that I did with her a couple months ago, and she talked about some of the projects in there. And then if you looked at her IMDb, there's just like a ton of shit that this girl's in. Well, she backed out of a few projects. Well, now there's a lot of industry people, like indie horror people, talking shit about her, saying that she's a flake and all this other stuff. And, you know, I asked Deneen if she wanted to come on the show, actually, and defend herself, and she says no, she doesn't want to, you know, continue the drama. She just wants to act. But I just think it's kind of fucked up. I kind of got an idea of who it might be that's talking a bunch of shit, but it's just kind of fucked up for somebody within, you know, a tight-knit community like indie horror community that's just going to talk shit that, you know, could damage somebody's reputation either personally or professionally. And, you know, hey, if anybody is talking shit about Deneen that's reading this, you know, why the fuck would you talk shit about somebody like her?
I think it's kind of, you know, like, kind of childish, really.
Yeah, it is. It's grade school shit. You know, yeah, if she had to, you know, a lot of these projects they're getting paid short money or no money at all. You know, and if she's got a better deal, I can see if she doesn't have her name on a contract for anything, or if she's not completely committed to anything, that maybe she would back out, or if she's got too much on her plate backing out of something. And I'm sure she gave the people notice. I don't know who's talking shit or why they're talking shit, but that's just my take on it. She's a phenomenal actor. She's a really sweet person, and, you know, that's all I'll say on it.
Yeah, stop talking shit about her, y'all. Just stop it.
And she's smoking hot, too, so.
Yeah, she is, isn't she?
Also, reviewing this week, I'm going to do another one of those fucking Fangoria Fright Fest movies. I think I've made my way through all of them now, but I'm going to do a review on Pig Hunt.
I heard that one was pretty good. The 3 H's said it was good.
Yeah, that's what I heard. And then I got a short film from Blood and Guts Pictures. They're right here in Northwest Ohio. I did a review of their short puzzle a while back. It's on a website. They gave me a screener for a short film called What's Your Poison? So I'll have that coming up. I'll have the review of 3 Slices of Life. And also the new episode of this one last night. I don't know if you heard or if you watched it or not, but the Emergence stories, just Chainsaw Sally prequel stories that they've been doing. Second one came out last night. I watched that, and I'll be doing a review on the first 2 episodes of that.
How was it?
Very dark, very gritty. There's no laugh track on this stuff, man. This is not a sitcom, a splat com, or any kind of com.
Well, I have some reviews coming out, too. Just like I said, The Gruesome Death of Tommy Pistol. And then 2 movies I have yet to watch. One is called Bloodstained Romance, and the other is called The Amazing Bulk. I just want to mention again about The Gruesome Death of Tommy Pistol. This movie is fucking like, it's like a trauma movie, but probably better. Like, you know, it's not to be taken seriously at all. It's not a serious movie. It's silly, but it's fun.
Damn, you're really into this movie. I want to watch it now.
Oh man, it's really good. Like the dude sent it to me to review, and as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh my god. Well, the beginning I couldn't get into the beginning, but you know, after like the 15-minute mark when the first story starts, that's when it gets really good. And I just can't stop fucking thinking about the movie, even like 2 days after I saw it.
Nice.
So
speaking of trauma-esque. Our friend Tom Berdinsky's Giant Rubber Monster movie, Sasquatch vs. Aphrodisias, had his Ohio debut at the Cinema Wasteland convention last night, and I guess he got a really good response. He's had people coming up to him all day today at the convention, telling him how much they liked it, and he's almost sold out of DVDs again, so, you know, kudos to him.
Hell yeah, our friend, the Italian monster director, is the best mofos on the planet. And he's just a good guy all the way around, man. I like him. I like his character.
Yeah, I like his character, and, you know, I like his movies. We got the same kind of messed up sense of humor. He doesn't take himself seriously, and he's doing quality stuff, so you got to enjoy that.
Especially his costume. It's so freaking silly.
That, you know, the cameo in Zombitch. You guys rocked it. You guys rocked it.
Yeah, I know. Zombitch is awesome. And I heard that Zombitch was going to be playing at a certain convention.
Yes, I got my first film festival selection for the Motor City Nightmares convention, April 15th to the 17th. So I'll be attending.
There's one thing I wanted to talk about. I'm actually getting press passes to Comic Palooza, so I'll be, providing coverage and stuff on Comic Palooza. I'll write a little review about it, say what I think about it, and all that good stuff.
Cool. Shoot lots of video footage. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot lots of video footage. I'm going to try and see if there's any indie filmmakers there, talk to them, let them talk about their film, see if there's anybody dressed up as Darth Vader, have him choke me.
Nice.
Stuff like that,
You gotta find hot chicks and get your picture taken with them, or get them on video jumping up and down. And I will remember to ask Monique Dupree to marry you when I go to Motor City Nightmares.
Oh yeah, Monique Dupree. Yeah, she better marry me. She better marry me.
I should see if I can get her to say nerdremix.com and jump up and down while she's doing it. But man, that might cause another tsunami or something.
Dude, that would be like an earthquake of awesomeness. Everybody in the room would get boners.
Nice.
Oh.
Well, anyway, let's wrap up this NerdRemix Radio. Immediately following this, we will have an interview with Mark Cray, where we talked about Voodoo Rising, which is coming out, and he's in pre-production now on Girl Scout Cookies, the movie, which has a lot of hot actresses in it.
Yep. And all I want to say before I leave is just keep on the lookout for the gruesome death of Tommy Pistol.
Okay, words of wisdom before you sign off. Last week it was eat your pancakes. What do you got this week?
Don't forget to wear your hat because it's hot outside.
Good times. Signing off. I'm Tom.
I'm Derek.
Enjoy.
All right, this is Tom from NerdRemix.com, and on the phone today I have actor and director, and producer, sorry, Mark Cray. Mark, how's it going?
I wear many hats.
Yeah.
Director's not one of them.
So how you doing? One thing I really wanted to ask you about right out of the gate, Girl Scout Cookies, the movie.
It's going phenomenally. I'm so excited with the way everything's coming together and the cast we have assembled. Me and Bobby are making a trip up to northern Minnesota here on the weekend of April 7th to go up and do a general casting call. And we got some phenomenal things in store for everyone.
I was looking at some of the names attached to it, and I mean, you got Tara Cardinal, you got Monique Dupree, Kitsy Duncan, Jessica Cameron, Kaylee Williams. I mean, there's a lot of hot women in this movie.
Oh yeah, and I mean, and we added in Patricia Dunn and Allison Kyler, and yeah, it's a phenomenal cast. And I mean, for as beautiful they are, they're also extremely talented, great with stunts. I mean, I've just been amazed at who we've been able to assemble for the cast.
That sounds good, and it sounds like it's pretty good. I mean, I watched the teaser trailer that you have going on right now. It looks pretty good. Are you still doing the Indiegogo thing with that?
We're not doing Indiegogo. What we are doing is, if you go over to GoFundMe and look up Girl Scout Cookies or Action Packed Horror, or even if you follow the link that we have up on our fan page over on Facebook, you can follow through there. And what we're doing is, we're offering some incentives for people who want to feel involved. They can get anywhere from their names in the credits to, signed autographs from the cast that's going to be there. To we're going to putting together a calendar once we have everyone together and we're able to do that. We've got a lot of interesting things going on over there.
Oh, it sounds good. Another film that I believe you have in the can now is Voodoo Rising. What can you tell us about that?
Yes. Voodoo Rising is a interesting mix. It's kind of like I think Texas Chainsaw, only a little bit more deviated, if you can imagine that. The character I play, Clarence, they're just a really sick family.
Nice. I noticed Brenna Roth's in that. I reviewed a short film she was in, Trilogy of Blood, that this psychobilly band put out. I didn't realize until after I reviewed it that she's like David Lee Roth's daughter.
Yeah,
I thought that was kind of odd. One thing I did notice when I was going over your credits is we do a Nerd Remix Horror Hottie of the Month every month, and our spotlight next month is on somebody who you've worked with a lot, Janet J.
Oh, yeah, Janet's phenomenal. I love her to death. I met her on MySpace, God, like 3 or 4 years ago at least. And I was working on a project called Abe's Tomb 2 at the time, and we had needed some extras for that, and she came out and did some work for that. I was working on a slasher flick, and she came out. I mean, she really threw herself into the role. I mean, she's a phenomenal actress and just great all-around person.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of meeting her at Cinema Wasteland last October, and she actually offered to come down and be in the short film that I shot last month for basically lunch and gas money, which I thought was really cool. So.
Oh yeah, well yeah, Janet's great. I can't say enough good things about her. Yeah, definitely. You said she's the Nerd Remix Hottie of the Month next month.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll definitely have to let people know about that because she deserves all the attention that she's getting. She's great.
Now back to Girl Scout cookies. When are you guys going to start shooting on that?
Principal filming is at the end of June, and then we're taking and we've got a rock solid week of filming that we're doing, and it's just going to be nightmare hours. And at the end of it, we're going to have a great wrap party just to kind of show everyone that we appreciate all the hard work that they did. But it's going to be. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be hectic. But fortunately, most of our shots are actually going to be daytime shots, except for like the first night that we film. So at least we're going to be able to get some nighttime downtime. Now I say that loosely because I know everyone's going to be talking and whooping it up and stuff like that. But yeah, it's going to be a good time.
Me living in the Midwest and you being based in the Midwest. I'm in Ohio. I think you are too, right?
Yeah.
It's surprising how many filmmakers I talk to that have to shoot around the weather.
There's no way we could have shot this film back when we first started putting it together, because we're filming actually up in northern Minnesota, and I mean they have 20, 30, sometimes 40, 50 below weather in the winter, and with the outfits that we have a lot of the female cast members in, they would have killed me if we would have tried shooting in, back when we first started putting it together.
Well, that's something that we got to deal with, I guess. But I was talking to Chris J and Kitsy Duncan not too long ago, and they were talking about how they had to work around the weather, and it just seems like it's a common thread. In fact, I just reviewed The Collective not too long ago. Then most of that was shot in the Midwest, and I noticed how generic Midwestern towns look in the winter, and how much snow there is in that film. So. Right.
Well, and that's a funny story because you reviewed Postmortem for me back a little while ago. And
I believe that was Derek that reviewed that.
Oh, okay. I know that it came from NerdRemix.
Yeah.
And gave us a great review. Thank you guys for that. One of the scenes in it, we actually shot not this last winter, but the previous winter over in Delaware when they had the Snowmageddon, they were calling it. They had like 3 feet of snow dumped on them like overnight, and we still shot through that. And we actually ended up using the weather to our advantage in that case. We got really lucky, and I mean it was a great time. We were shooting with Robert Zadar, and it was myself and my co-star Devin Cates. And I mean it was trying to drive through that was a nightmare, but we ended up getting some really good footage from it. So sometimes even in the worst of weather, you can turn around and turn it into a positive.
I've reviewed a lot of films from Midwestern, this area, geographically this area of the country, and I don't know if you found this acting in projects, but I think not knocking West Coast, East Coast, or down south or anything like that. I just think that the Midwestern people put like a lot of feel and a lot of passion into their films, and especially horror films, and. I don't know. What's your take on that? Do you think it has something to do with geography?
I really don't think it has anything to do with geography. I think, and I won't even say that it's a matter of people want it more or all that. It's just when you look at the West Coast, you automatically think L.A. and Hollywood. When you look to the East Coast, you're automatically thinking of New York and the theater and the TV shows and all that come out of there. The Midwest kind of has, I guess it would almost be something more to prove that, hey, were just as viable of a place to shoot a film or to shoot a TV show than, you know, either the East or West Coast. So I think that, you know, a lot of people will use the Midwest to kind of, you know, show what they have before they move either to the East or West Coast. And I think that's what you're seeing is, you know, those people that are out there trying to make an impression for themselves, so that way when they do move East or West, they're able to come out with a nice, solid body of work.
Yeah, you know, and I've noticed, too, that I just recently, like within the last 2 years, have been going to conventions. And I attended a Horror Hound one, Cinema Wasteland a couple times, Motor City Nightmares. I noticed that, Midwestern horror fans are fucking crazy.
Oh, they are. They're nuts. They're absolutely nuts. But I love them. I mean, I have had some phenomenal times going to, you know, Cinema Wasteland, Motor City Nightmare. There's a Halloween Horror Expo that takes place over in Youngstown, Horror Realm, Monster Mania that takes place over in New Jersey. Yeah, they're freaking off the wall. But I've never met such a great group of people.
Real quick, what's your favorite role that you've done so far?
Oh, man. I would have to say that my favorite role to date would have to be a toss-up between a character named John Craven, who is a part of the Headcase trilogy, and Clarence Balmer, who is in Voodoo Rising. Just because they are the characters, they're so completely different from each other, but at the same time, the way that they let loose and have and how much fun it was to just play those kind of crazy characters, they're probably my two favorites to date.
All right, well, it was a lot of fun talking with you. We're definitely going to be looking out for Girl Scout cookies and Voodoo Rising and whatever else you got on tap, and thanks for taking the time, man.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I always love, you know, talking to you guys and, you know, getting the word out there.
All right, we got to support these Midwestern filmmakers, man. You know, I'm all about it.
Definitely.
All right, thanks a lot, Mark.
All right, thank you.
Have a good one.
You too.
NerdRemix.
What was that? Did you just mess up the beginning?